July 26th. July 26th. So let's start over now that recording in progress has started. This is the Board of Trustees meeting, a special board meeting for Metropolitan Community College. Today, July 26th, here at 11:30. Start time 11:36 now. The chair will join us here very shortly. We do have a quorum for the meeting, and we will go ahead and get started. With that, Madam Chancellor, we will turn it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, trustees. Josh, are you managing the screen? We're bringing forward a recommendation for insurance, and I'm going to ask him to take down the screen and stop sharing so I can share some additional context with the board. I just wanted to remind the board of the extensive process that has taken place. This was included in an insurance brief that was in a part of your packet that was emailed to you on the 13th. It's been an 8-month process that is informed the recommendation. We have our broker CBiz that created an RFP. We had responses from four vendors, and then we had a number of conversations, and then CBiz and the insurance committee, which is a governance committee of faculty, staff, and administrators, work closely with the insurance broker to identify viable bids. And then they narrowed it down to the final respondents. After several conversations, we got to, when you look at apples to apples in services, 11.7 with Blue Cross, 9% with Aetna. The responses were shared with the governance groups, and then they go back to their groups and have conversations. I had additional conversations with Blue Cross Blue Shield that with Aspira, they brought it to 9% with, however, a different set of services. 2 of the 3 governance groups voted to switch to Aetna, faculty, and I believe it was staff, but it could have been administration, but I believe it was staff that voted to go with Aetna. And then I met with the insurance committee to understand their recommendation and share that I was accepting their recommendation to move forward with Aetna, and then we present that recommendation to the board. One other thing that I would share, given the conversations that I've had with some of you, I wanted to make you aware of the services that are being provided by Aetna as proposed. This is part of their proposal that shows, at that point it was 9%. Since the last board meeting, they have offered an 8.5%. And they have a $100,000 wellness allowance. They also have a $25,000 communication allowance. And you see the different other benefits and guaranteed renewal premium not to increase more than 14.8% in the second year cap. In terms of the network, all of these are the hubs that are available. And you see, in terms of hospitals, it is more inclusive than what we currently have. So I just wanted to share that as some additional backdrop of the amount of work that has gone into the process of the recommendation, the shared governance, and all of the voices that have been involved in making the recommendation, and I recommend approval.
Thank you, Dr. Beatty, and I apologize. I was sitting in what looked like the waiting room, but apparently I'd still be sitting there. So thank you. Chris Benjamin tipped me off that everybody else was on, so thank you, Chris. Any questions of, I guess, first of all, I'll take a motion to adopt moving from Aetna to, or moving from Blue Cross to Aetna.
So moved.
It's been moved.
Second.
Is there a second? Who seconded?
Well, I did. Did someone else?
Nope, that's good, Ellen. So it's been moved and seconded. Discussion. Dr. Beatty, could you go over just one more time? And I apologize, I think you probably did this at the beginning, but just the overall difference between the two bids as far as percentages?
The percentages, now we're at 8.5, 11.7, that is, whatever the difference is there. Math is not my thing. 3.2%. It's about, Patricia can correct me, but I think we did the analysis of $356,000 annually. It's in the mid 300s in terms of an annual difference in cost to the college.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right. Dr. Beatty, one of the things, and I know it's not the point for this call and the meeting today, but just at a high level, I know there's been a lot of conversations about allocations as far as percentages for employees and versus what the institution pays. And I think we'll have some further conversations about that probably at the August meeting. And I know that kind of goes outside of the purview of this meeting today, but just that we have had those discussions, and I think that is something that we'll talk about at the next meeting.
Trustee Washington has her hand raised.
Oh, yes. Trustee Washington?
Yes, if you could you repeat the number, like how much we're saving? The second question is, I know you said that Blue Cross Blue Shield came in. Were they able to, what was the lowest they came in, and are they actually able to meet the Aetna cost?
Patricia, by a thumbs up, I'm trying to find you on the screen here. Oh, by a thumbs up, it's 356,000 what we're saving.
That is correct. The difference was right around 367,000.
Okay, thank you. And then in terms of Blue Cross was not able to get to 9 then or 8.5 now with the same level of services. That's the important piece. They did give us a 9% bid, but that was with different services, and it included Spira, which the employees were extremely vocal about not participating in Spira. I hope I answered your question.
All right. See no other questions then, I'll go ahead and call the vote. And I'll start with Trustee Martin.
Yes.
Trustee Benjamin.
Yes.
Trustee Osborne.
Present.
Trustee
Reed.
Trustee Reed.
No.
All right, and Trustee Washington.
No.
Excuse me?
No.
No, okay. So the vote then, and the chairman votes aye, so the vote then is 3 yeses, 2 noes, and Trustee Osborne, you're voting present?
That's correct.
Okay. So under that, then the motion passes. Are there any other questions? All right, then we will go ahead and adjourn the meeting. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion.
Okay, it's been moved.
Second.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Chris, thanks for texting me.
Thanks.